So today I'm blocking all the things, and I just wanted to take a minute to show you how I block my hats. I don't like to block them flat because you have to rotate them so they don't get creased, and yeah, that takes a lot of effort. So I don't like to do them that way. This wooden thing, I really have no idea what it is. It's some random little thing that I found at a thrift store. We got 2 of them, and it's obviously handmade. We think it might be for, like, because there was a little, like, sticky pad up here, so maybe it was for plants or something, because you can, like, what you can do is pull it up. So I just use it for, like, hat display at shows and for this, what I'm going to show you next. Put it down a little bit. So what I like to do first is find a bowl, just a regular cereal bowl, something with a nice kind of round bottom. So we'll just put that upside down like that. And now, I know not everyone is going to have one of these crazy contraptions, so you can use like a vase or something tall that can go over. So then what we do is just put the hat right over top.
That's a big hat.
It is a big hat. And kind of straighten it out a bit. If possible, I kind of like to just tuck the bottom in. Put it up a little bit more. Tuck the bottoms in a bit. Make sure it's all even and flat. And that the brim is, well, I can't really see what I'm doing. So that the brim is straight. And that's it. And then we just let it dry. No flipping required. So this is the beeswax hat. Again, there we go, by Amy Vandelar. Modifications, I just did the ribbing with the US 6 needle, like in the pattern. And once I hit about here, once I started the actual honeycomb pattern, then I switched to an 8 because I wanted it to be a bit slouchier. I probably could have done a 7 because it is kind of loose, but I think it will be fine. Oh, and I also only cast on 96 stitches instead of 120. And these are just a couple of the other things that are blocking this morning. I've got George's Strange Brew by Tin Can Knits. And once that's dry, it's going to get wrapped up for Christmas. George has already tried it on and was very confused as to why she just can't have it. And then here is the Atlan sweater with the added length. And yes, I totally only blocked the little extra bottom bit that I did. Katie and I are doing photography on Friday, and I already know it's going to be freezing cold. So I just want it to dry in time. I don't want to be wearing a wet sweater when it's 2 degrees outside. So George and I are just hanging out at Katie's place right now. We are spending the day with Lennon while Peter does some homework and while Katie's at work. And so he's sleeping. He's taking a little nap. And George is very nicely, quietly playing with a puzzle here. So I'm gonna get started on some knitting. And I finished my beeswax hat, obviously. You saw it blocking. So I'm gonna start another Christmas knit. And that's gonna be a hat for Justin. I hope he's not watching. He probably, I don't think he does. So I think we're good. Anyways, I'm gonna make Justin a hat, and it's going to be out of this stuff right here, which is just Cascade 220. It is oh, I didn't know the colorway, but I can tell you It's 220 Cascade 220 Heathers in color 4002. It's just a dark heather gray. I had it left over from something. I don't know exactly. Maybe Lennon's Christmas sweater from last year. Anyway, so I have 3 hat patterns that I'm thinking about doing. I haven't decided which one yet. I'm going to take a look at the patterns and decide. But the first one is the antler hat from Tin Can Knits. That's a free pattern on Ravelry. The second one I was thinking of is Shore. I'm not quite sure of the designer's name, but I'll write it out here. And that's a paid pattern. And then the next one is the Tavern hat. And that is also a paid pattern on Ravelry, but it's half off right now. So I'll put the designer names there. And yeah, I'll just take a peek at the patterns and decide which one I want to make first. Decided to do the antler hat. Except for instead of doing 1x1 rib, I'm doing 2x2 rib. And we're watching Elf. And it's Georgia's first time watching it. Do you like this movie, Georgia?
I do.
Yeah? Me too. Mom's favorite. After our kind of long day of babysitting, I'm back home. And Justin made me breakfast for dinner, which was very sweet and really nice to come home to. And now that George is asleep, I think I'm just gonna start actually doing some more of these Advent things. I think I have up to number 14 done, so I'm falling behind for the second year in a row. So I've got my inspiration ones ready, my charts and my yarn and my needles, and fireplace is going and the Christmas tree is on, so hopefully I'm gonna attempt at least one, hopefully 2, because I just want them all to be done. Anyways, that's all for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow.